Thank you for your interest in the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts open application process for partnerships, specifically for organizations that are interested in becoming either a arts and education partner or partner in the arts re-granting partner. This webinar will discuss what the partnerships do, eligibility, and the process to apply to be a partner.
Hi, my name is Jamie Dunlap, and I'm Director of the Arts and Education Program at the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts.
And my name is Matthew Serio, and I am a Program Director with the Council of the Arts, and I oversee the Pennsylvania Partners in the Arts. The Council of the Arts is having an open call to all nonprofit organizations with paid staff, as well as county and local governments. The reason we specified paid staff is to ensure that interested organizations have the capacity to serve as a partner. To ensure that only qualified applicants apply, we are asking for letters of interest from possible applicants first before inviting them to apply. From the letters of interest, we will determine if the interested parties have the capacity to serve as a partner before they go through the lengthy application process. The letter of interest must be emailed to either Jamie Dunlap for the Arts and Education Partnerships or myself, Matthew Serio, for the Partners in Arts Partnerships. If your organization is interested in serving as both the AIE and PPA partner for a region, you must send a separate letter to each of us. And would also like to point out that this application is for the activity period for 2020-2021. That is the period for which the first contract will be for. Our plan is to do this process once every 5 years with annual contracts.
The Pennsylvania Council on the Arts is a state agency in the Office of the Governor, and we've been around for over 50 years. We recently revised our mission statement. It now states, our mission is to strengthen the cultural, educational, and economic vitality of Pennsylvania's communities through the arts. And you'll see this through line of our engagement with communities and using the arts as a way to increase livability and quality of life in communities across the Commonwealth through all three of our goals as part of our new strategic plan. You'll also see a cross-cutting strategy through all three of those goals related to how we address diversity, equity, and inclusion in our resources and grants programs. We accomplish our goals and reach our mission by providing the following opportunities and activities: grants to the arts, similar to what we're going to talk about today, partnerships and initiatives, and we'll be talking about two of those partnerships. And we also serve as a resource for arts-related information. We really want to be able to connect folks across the Commonwealth to arts opportunities, artists, and creative industries in the regions and the neighborhoods they live in.
Why is it important to have partnerships? Our partners serve as regional representatives. In other words, they are our boots on the ground. The AIE and PPA partnerships ensure better delivery of state services to everyone. With partner organizations in each region, they can provide more access to the arts, and they have their finger on the pulse of the communities to which they serve. Our partners assist the PCA with implementing new initiatives throughout the Commonwealth. We will give examples of some of these initiatives in the upcoming sections.
The first thing we'll talk about is the Arts and Education Partnership. The PCA works with 14 regional AIE partners to support participation in the creative process in schools, but also in a variety of community settings. Oftentimes, people think of arts and education and primarily think of educational settings like schools or preschool programs or after-school programs, but there can also be community opportunities as well, possibly something through the local YMCA, or it can possibly be with a senior center or a senior living facility. We've had residencies take place in correctional institutions and in veterans' homes. So there's lots of opportunities to bring arts and education residencies to folks across the Commonwealth. A big part of what the Arts and Education Partners do on behalf of the PCA is work with teaching artists in the state. They recruit, they train, and they place teaching artists in these different residency settings. The Arts and Ed partner is responsible for making sure that the teaching artists they're working with are prepared to go into these different residency settings. So they do provide those training opportunities, but also the Arts and Ed partner goes in and does observations and evaluates how the residency is going and offers guidance and support to make it a successful program. Arts and Ed partners have to support at least one Arts and Ed residency in a school or in a community setting in each of the counties they serve. That is a requirement for all 14 AIE partners, one residency per county they serve as a minimum. As I said, they're offering professional development opportunities for the teaching artists, but they're also offering professional development for the communities that they serve. It might be parents or school administrators or other arts nonprofits in the community, or maybe it's the local chamber, Main Street program, different organizations that they work with. And the professional development has an arts and education topic or area of focus. Maybe it is education related, like arts integration, or maybe it's something about creative aging or how to support community opportunities through arts and education experiences and facilitation opportunities with teaching artists. These are some of the things that the arts and education partners do in partnership with the PCA. So I keep mentioning the term residency. How the PCA describes a residency is we're saying it's a period of time, 10 to 20 days in length, although it can be longer, in which a teaching artist, or artist plural, can have more than one, working with groups of students over the course of that period of time in a particular discipline area or focus. What the artist is doing is they are facilitating the creative process for those groups of participants. We tend to say that we would like to see no more than 3 core groups or classes or groups of participants per residency. However, sometimes there needs to be a bit of variation, but the idea is it's an artist working intensely with a small group of folks over the course of an extended period of time. Again, that 10 to 20 days in length. Something else that the arts and education partners do on behalf of the PCA is conduct regional poetry out loud competitions. The arts and ed partners are our voice at a regional level for this national competition. Poetry Out Loud was started over 10 years ago now by the Poetry Foundation and the National Endowment for the Arts. And every state in our country participates in Poetry Out Loud. I will say that Pennsylvania has always risen to the top as far as their success of this program and the number of students and schools that participate. And that is possible because of the Arts and Education Partnership infrastructure. The way this poetry recitation contest works is that there is a local level that happens at the school. From that, schools send on their winner to a regional contest. The Arts and Education Partner hosts the regional contest. The winner from the regional contest then goes on to the state contest, which is here in Harrisburg. And the winner from our state contest then moves on to the national competition, which is typically in late April, early May. You'll notice in our new strategic plan, there is a lot of mention about strategic partnerships and collaborations. The PCA staff really does look to both our arts and education partners and our Pennsylvania partners in the arts to help with those strategic initiatives. You'll see a few bullets on the screen here. These are a couple of the programs that we're currently doing through our arts and education partnership and really wouldn't be possible without the support of this system. We currently have a partnership with the Pennsylvania Department of Aging. It's our Pennsylvania Creative Aging Initiative, and that started a handful of years ago. And several times we've had work in all 14 partner regions through this initiative. The focus primarily there is with senior centers and our teaching artists. We currently have a program, we're in our second year of it, with the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs for Pennsylvania. And this Veterans Initiative puts teaching artists in the 6 veterans' homes across our Commonwealth. Again, not possible without the relationships that we have with our arts and education partners and the partnership relationships they have with their local community organizations and teaching artists. And finally, the Pennsylvania Turnpike Commission initiative is something called Art Sparks. We're in our second year of that program right now. And this is when we have a residency that occurs right near the service plaza. There are 17 service plazas along the turnpike. There's a residency that happens with a local school right near the service plaza. It gives the students from that community a chance to tell travelers what's beyond the walls of the plaza that they've stopped in. Again, there are 17 plazas. We just finished number 7 in this program, so it's still 10 more to go. And this is not possible without our arts and education partners. They help us make those connections at a local level with the school, with the teaching artist, with the local visitors bureau, and the local chamber and community. As we continue to build our work at the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts, we will be looking to both our AIE and our PPA partners to help develop and support our strategic partnerships and initiatives. The final slide is on arts and education partnership funding. What you see in front of you is a formula that we presented to our council at our spring meeting. This formula was approved contingent on a state budget and therefore a PCA budget for fiscal year 2021. But we positioned this with our council that we wanted to give organizations interested in applying to be an AIE or a PPA partner an opportunity to see what the administrative funding would be associated with being a part of this initiative. As you'll see on the screen, funding to administer the program, it's $20,000 of base funding for each AIE partner. In addition to that, there is $1,500 per county served through that AIE partner, and there is 5 cents per capita for that region. For residency funding, you'll see we're looking at simply the per capita, also 5 cents. If you want more of a breakdown on what it would be for your region, please feel free to contact me at the Pennsylvania Council on the Arts, and I would be happy to go over that information with you.
The Pennsylvania Partners in the Arts is the Councils on the Arts regional re-granting partner. The partners use state funds to support community arts projects and programs. To best explain what the Partners in the Arts are, let me go over the goals of the program. First, expanding access to the arts. Before the PPA program was started, most arts funding went to organizations in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, and a little in the Harrisburg area. But the vast majority of the state, the T, across the top and down the middle, was ignored. We now fund in all 67 counties. 2. Local decision-making. It is the boards of the regional partners that make the final decision after the applications are reviewed by a panel made up of local artists, art leaders, and community members. 3. Increased awareness and advocacy for support and funding. It is the state legislators who vote on the arts budget, and they care about what is happening in their communities. The regional partners and the organizations and arts we fund through the PPA have greater connection to the legislators' home districts than we do in Harrisburg. And lastly, the partners enable us to provide more assistance to everyone by being the representatives in their communities. A lot can be done online or over the phone, but sometimes you need that in-person meeting, and it is much easier to visit your regional partner than to trek to Harrisburg. As I just mentioned, since the PPA program started over 20 years ago, there has been a steady increase in funding to arts projects and programs across the Commonwealth. The partners provide grant writing workshops in almost every county year after year. How much is dispersed through the PPA funding stream? Here is a snapshot of our funding cycle for the current year. Our regional partners received 628 project stream applications, of which 452 were funded. We funded 70% of the grants, and the average grant was $1,400. In addition to that, 276 organizations were funded in program stream, with an average grant of $3,100. That comes to just over $1.5 million out of a state appropriation of just under $9.6 million for the arts. So what are project and program stream? To better understand how the PPA partners fit into the overall scope of the state arts funding, let me take a moment to explain the process. The first question we ask, or if they contact their local Pennsylvania Partner in the Arts partner, the first question they will ask is what is their average annual fiscal size? If they are over $200,000, then those organizations apply directly to the PCA through our Entry Track program. In Entry Track, they can receive grants for operating support. They apply every year and they are reviewed by a panel, and funding is not guaranteed. Once they have been in Entry Track for a few years and have a consistent track record of good panel scores, the organization can be recommended to the council to be transitioned into Arts Organizations and Arts Programs Track, or AOAP. Now, if it is an individual artist or the fiscal size of the organization is under $200,000, then they are referred to their local PPA partner and encouraged to apply for a project stream grant. The maximum request in project stream is $2,500, and these can be awarded to organizations and individual artists. If they have applied for 2 to 3 years in project stream, have an ongoing arts program, and have consistently good scores through the panel process, they then can be recommended by their PPA partner or the PCA staff to the council for transition into program stream, where the minimum grant is $3,000 and the maximum is 30% of their operating budget. The last bullet point under project stream is the best of the best. 6 years ago, we started an initiative through the PPA to recognize smaller organizations and programs and highlight how a little bit of funding can go a long way and support creativity in our communities. Each partner chooses 3 projects funded through the project stream and presents them to their board. The board of directors of each partner then reviews the projects and chooses which one they feel is the best project in their region, and they send that project to the PCA. A committee of the council then looks over the best projects and picks the best of the best. The selected projects are then spotlighted in a series of videos produced by Commonwealth Media Services, and a representative from each project is sent to Americans for the Arts Conference. The funding for the PPA program is determined by 3 formulas: one for the administrative funding, one for funds to be re-granted by the partner through project stream, and program stream funds, which are determined in the formula that includes the AOAP, or Arts Organizations and Arts Programs funding. That formula is run separate from the PPA funds. The administrative funding is $10,000 per partner region, $2,000 per county served, and the rest is determined by the population in the region, which currently breaks down to just under 1 cent per person. The project stream funds for each region is $20,000 per partner region, $3,000 per county served, and again, the rest is determined by population in the region, which is currently 1.5 cents per person. These funding formulas are dependent on the state budget and can change from year to year. For a current look at the proposed PPA funding by region for 2020-2021, please give me a call or email me and I can send you the spreadsheet.
What you see on the screen in front of you now is our combined partnership map. We felt that this was an appropriate time and a strategic time to align both the Arts and Education Partnership and the Pennsylvania Partners in the Arts Partnership. So what you see here is a map where all 14 partner organizations have the same region. Now, they can be the same organization or 2 different organizations, but in either case, aligning our maps so that the regions mirror each other provides an opportunity for more synergy and more cross-promotion of both of these programs.
Let me go over the timeline for the application and selection process. As I mentioned earlier, letters of interest are due to the PCA via email by 5 p.m. on June 14th. The letters are available for download through the PCA website at arts.pa.gov. Go to the Council on the Arts website and scroll to the bottom of the page. In the right column is a link labeled Learn About the New Open Application Process for AIE and PPA Partnerships. Click on that link. On this page, you will find the guidelines and letters of interest for both the PPA and AIE partnerships. Download the letter, open it, fill it in, and save it before emailing it to us. If you attempt to complete it online, it will be saved as a blank document. Again, that is due to us by June 14th at 5 p.m. This summer, the staff of the PCA will review the letters and determine which organizations are eligible and have enough capacity to serve as a partner or partners. If an organization shows interest in serving as both a PPA and an AIE partner, they may be asked to apply to one or both. When the applications are reviewed, they may be asked to serve as a partner for one or both of the programs. We may feel that an organization has the capacity to serve as a partner for one of the programs, but not enough to serve both. After the letters have been reviewed, we will contact the organizations and ask them to apply through our electronic single application portal, or ESA. The application will be due by November 15th at 5 p.m., and there will be no extensions. The applications will be reviewed by a committee of professionals from the field, and they will make recommendations to the staff at the PCA. The staff will then make recommendations to the council for final approval at the March council meeting. Notification will go out shortly after the meeting, and the new partnerships will take effect September 1st of 2020.